Hurt and rising again is the strongest thing in life. This saying says that people who ignore me can hurt me, but it is the strongest thing to get out of that wound and stand up. It indicates that you will be in the strongest position in life by overcoming difficulties and rising up again by using your inner strength even in ignored situations. The reason why you are ignored is that they ignore what you do, not you. This saying indicates that people who ignore me do not ignore myself, but are ignored because they are less interested in what I do. So I'm saying that if I succeed in what I do and achieve high results, I'll draw their attention and not be ignored. It is because they don't know me, not because I don't know me when I'm ignored. This saying is not that people who ignore me because they don't recognize my own values, but that they are ignored because they don't know me. It indicates that if I recognize my own value and have confidence in myself, I can be better than now even in a situation where I am ignored. He who ignores you, not because they are better than you, but because they see your shortcomings larger. This saying indicates that people who ignore me are not superior or better than me, but that my shortcomings seem to be greater. Therefore, if I recognize and improve my shortcomings, their eyes change and I have no choice but to acknowledge myself. Even if you are ignored, do not lose yourself. This saying indicates that it is important to treat people who ignore me, to keep myself unshaken by their actions, to appreciate the values and abilities within me, and to have trust in themselves. It doesn't matter what others think of you. What you think of yourself is important. This saying says that even if people who ignore me do not recognize the values or abilities I have, it is important that I acknowledge myself and have confidence in what I can do. It indicates that the judgment I made myself is important, and that I should acknowledge myself and have confidence even if I am not recognized. To change someone, you must have a deep understanding of him. This saying is a way of treating people who ignore me, and it is important to understand why they ignore me and look at myself from their point of view. You can understand why they act like that and find ways to deal with it. And to do this, it's telling us that we need to understand them deeply. If you're being ignored, it's not about lowering your values, it's about lowering their character. This saying is a way of dealing with people who ignore me, that their actions do not lower my own values, but represent the personal limitations or flaws that they have in themselves. I need to understand this and maintain confidence in myself and not be affected by their actions. Those who blame you are just people who are less learned and less experienced than you are. This saying is a way to treat people who ignore me, and their actions mean that they are envious of my abilities or achievements. It's better to understand this, have my own confidence, and not care too much about their accusations. Even if you are ignored, do not lose yourself. This saying indicates that it is important to treat people who ignore me, to keep myself unshaken by their actions, to appreciate the values and abilities within me, and to have trust in themselves.
When you're having a hard time, I'll give you advice on life.